I have a thought about young Earth creationists. Hi, I'm a huge nerd, and I care about two things: evolutionary biology and folklore. And as someone who loves stories and storytelling, especially cultural stories, personally, I think textual literalism is a way more disrespectful thing to do to the Bible and the forces that crafted and shaped it than just allowing mythology to be mythology. For example, if you are engaged in super hardcore scriptural apologetics, the question of what is the story of Cain and Abel trying to teach us can be validly answered with, it's trying to teach us the fact that the first murder was a fratricide, and if it's just a fact, right, then that could be a coincidence. Facts aren't trying to teach us anything, they just are. You can memorize it and move on. And then you don't have to do any analysis. You don't have to ask yourself any hard questions about cultural values and narrative and authorial intent. You get to turn the rest of your brain off. Don't get me wrong, facts are super important. I love me a good fact, but this isn't a defense of facts. This is a defense of fiction. Because fiction makes us do intellectual heavy lifting that facts are never going to require of us. And I don't want to live in a society where people don't know how to or are afraid to engage with stories for their own sake as stories. I actually saw somebody on TikTok once analyzing a particular piece of folklore, and she asked her audience at one point if they thought the story was non-fiction, and I quote, "Or is it stupid?" As if those are the options. I think that's where this comes from. People feel like they have to defend the validity of their cultural stories by pretending that they're non-fiction historical accounts because they believe that everything is either non-fiction or has no value at all, and that scares me, man. On a practical level, it scares me for our capacity to think deeply, but also, frankly, I don't love what it implies about the future of art. Also, I want to shout out a writer named Eleanor Stern for writing this essay, Biomedical Explanations and the Fear of Fiction. I had been having these thoughts before I read this essay, but she really helped me process them, so go read it, it's really good. This is mirrored. I don't know why I'm holding my phone up to my screen. I don't-